opportunity once 3DS finally had a chance to be pushed to the side for the Wii U.
I wouldn't necessarily, like, I mean, almost the community in its entirety.
Yeah, exactly.
Did come for Wii U, but I'm surprised because I'm sure there's a number of people out there that have DSs but not Wii U's.
Yeah,
you know, that might have considered coming to Apex if there was a 3DS tournament. So I think it was a little silly to completely leave it out, not even have any event for it at all.
I agree entirely.
There might have been a couple of people, and also 3DS can run very quickly. I remember before Wii U came out, one thing logistically that we were looking at is that since everybody has their own 3DS and we don't require TVs or setups or anything like that, is that you can run your bracket differently. You can play Swiss, which is considered one of the better tournament formats versus just double elimination bracket or pools or anything like that. Because right now we play round robin pools into a double elim bracket.
Yes.
But instead, you know, with 3DS you can play Swiss or Swiss into bracket even. So it's a single elim bracket. Would have been a really good format. It would have been cool to have here at Apex. Very sad to see it gone. You know, that being said, definitely glad to see Wii U taking such a strong start off at Apex for the very first tournament of a Smash game. Over 800 entrants.
Yes.
Just absolutely incredible, phenomenal start. You know, I can't think of anything like this before. I mean, Melee, it was a struggle connecting the Melee community back in the day, before my time even. You know, check out the Smash documentary if you want to learn about it.
Yeah,
you can look for it on YouTube. But,
well, certainly.
You know, the way how everybody was eventually finding each other, connecting each other before, you know, so many resources for communication and learning were put together, the way how the Smash community just grew up. You know, you see how it started out in Melee. You know, there were people playing Smash 64 and, you know, maybe off competitively, but it wasn't to the point that Melee eventually grew to, obviously. And then, of course, with Brawl, everything was changed. But even at the beginning of Brawl, we were getting super hyped when it was like, oh my God, 256 entrants for a tournament.
Yes, exactly.
So now to see today 800 entrants for Smash 4 on its first Apex is absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, everybody at home, for tuning in, because you guys are included in this community. You guys are part of the reason why Smash is so big today, even if you couldn't make it out to Apex. But I do encourage you, try and make your way out to tournaments, because it is 100% worth being here. They're incredible, incredible events.
Yes, without question, guys. I mean, me and Pierce have been here for so many years for a reason. So yet again, it's a pleasure to keep doing this thanks to all your continued support. And if you ever get an opportunity, do not miss it. Apex is something that you need to experience if you're ever part of the Smash community.
All right, it does look like we have the match underway. RuST versus Onii-Sama making his return on that dark pit. RuST going a little bit crazy there, a little ham, trying to edge guard that dark pit, but you have to be mindful of the electroshock arm. It does have that super armor to go through a lot of edge guards, and he really needs that tool because his up B has been larking to Lucario's old up B where it has no hitbox, so very edge guardable move.
And not to mention with that very long startup, or not long startup time on it, but the long travel distance, sometimes it can be rather punishable. Getting in there with that swag, landing a taunt on his opponent after a net smash, keeping people sleeping on that, you know, unpredictable range. Definitely. And as of right now, we see RuST having done a solid job of holding the stage control, really managing to force Onii-Sama, getting pretty well aware of his use of side B to consistently come back to the ledge. And I'd imagine as of right now, RuST is just looking for a solid way to close out the stock. Surprised we didn't see any bouncing fish follow-ups to try and close this down. Onii-Sama looking for the edge guard, doesn't find it with the down air. Now Sheik has the stage control, looking to pressure. Put the needles down, though. I'm very surprised. She's just looking for the fair. I would have taken the opportunity to maybe get some needles back, but she does find the opening she's looking for. Doesn't get the bouncing fish, but does get the double jump into the forward air, closing out the first stock. Great job there by RuST to close that out. 92% into her first stock, so we will be looking for Dark Pit to make a catch-up on that. However, RuST simply continues to go in, does drop an opportunity to get a run-off pair and additional string, but doesn't really need it at this point. Most definitely not, and hopefully Onii-Sama does not commit the same mistake he did last game of being too respectful. As we see, the reset game is strong within him. He really likes to find his way all the way to the other side of the stage. Does not seem to favor that close quarters combat, and unfortunately it really seems like it's costing him a lot today because of it. What I really like there, even though this is a very simple, basic, fundamental thing, is that RuST simply held his shield against the rapid jab. Yes. And so many times I see players, the jab starts hitting their shield and they just take it. You know, they're just like, oh, I'm caught. You know, I'll just eat this jab. But like, you know, you can just hold block until the string forces itself to end. It will not chip your shield till breaking.
And yet again, those strong fundamentals, always just something to keep in the back of your head, and mistakes you don't want to make it. Oh, goodness.
Speaking of mistakes you don't want to make, you don't want to hop in a vanish because she'll send you blasting off to the shadow realm of that.
Exactly.
Explosion on the opening hitbox. That'll be it for game one.
Got to be so careful when off the stage and close to edges like that because, man, how quickly something can get shut down is out of control.
All right. Looking at the stage selection here, trying to figure out what our bans are and then where the counter pick will be to. Looks like Battlefield is going to be it for right now. Both players starting out, and we see Dark Pit with the arrow. I'm liable to just fire that first arrow. He's looking for the mix-ups, but I don't see too much of an arrow game coming up for him at all. Again, getting caught by this vanish. It's going to be a bad situation for him. I was almost expecting Sheik to simply recover to the edge, get the edge trap. Nice trade there with the Electroshock.
And Electroshock has been doing a lot for Onii-Sama thus far. I definitely would be thanking my graces for that move right now because it has definitely been doing a good job of at least keeping him in this game.
And you can see Onii-Sama still playing back. He has stage control, but he's not putting any pressure onto Sheik. He's just hoping that Sheik's going to dash grab in, but Sheik doesn't need that. Sheik has plenty of aggressive options. You can see a lot of short hop mix-ups coming out from him here.
And as we saw earlier, you know, sometimes it's just certain characters that are very high tier, as we see, cause a lot of fear and franticness in certain players. And Sheik is a pressure-oriented character that, with, you know, bad matchup knowledge or lack thereof, it's very easy to get overwhelmed and force yourself into resets you don't have to take, play back, and play very scared. So I hope that's not the case for Onii-Sama, but as of right now, it does seem like RuST is scaring the life of God into him.
Yeah, definitely. He's playing very passively, not really looking to find any openings. And if you only wait for what comes to you, your opponent simply wins the match by not giving you very much. You don't want to rely on your opponent losing the match. You want to take the match into your own hands and win it for yourself. That's not really working out for Onii-Sama too much. RuST is really getting in there. Only 37% to him, and again catches him with that vanish.
Oh, goodness.
Very, very, very impressive game. Takes 37%.
And RuST putting on a very clean showing right there. Definitely seemed to get exactly what was his. Once he recognized what Onii-Sama was not doing, he made sure to take full advantage of it and seemed to close out the second game in record time.
Yeah, for sure. That set will be over quickly. It looks like we have Angel.
Ooh, Jersey's own?
Yeah. Angel Cortes sitting down. Versus Vinnie.
Trying to correct you after you even nailed the name, so.
Yeah.
And this should be very interesting to see. I can't wait to see exactly how this is going to go on. Vinnie has been putting in a lot of practice and effort as of right now. Been training with everyone, anything. In with Rooms with Ramen, with Tojo, Max, myself. He's been in and out of the room just trying to get whatever matches he could get in. So we shall see exactly how this is going to go down.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited to see Vinnie play because he kind of disappeared from the New Jersey scene for a little bit. I definitely know he came out of the gate swinging strong. His Rob was extremely impressive, and then eventually said he doesn't think Rob has what it takes. So I know he switched over to a few more competent characters, which I'm sad about. I definitely do think that a player like Vinnie has what it takes to really explore the metagame with his character more. Maybe he is smart enough to know right off the bat that Rob truly doesn't have what it takes. I would have wished he'd given it a little bit more time, but I can't really be sad that he's playing a win. Definitely happy about that because I love watching him win. He does break out the Sheik, and of course Angel with that Diddy Kong. Angel has always been a very smart, savvy player. Again, sticking to the play-to-win theme, he'll pick what's strong and he'll go with it, and he takes it always to a potent level. He's definitely nobody you want to just laugh at or sneeze on.
Most definitely, and as of right now, he's always been a notable player, playing a very notable character as of right now. I haven't gotten a chance to see what he's done down in Jersey, but it should be interesting to see how he faces off against Vinnie and which way this matchup is going to end up tilting.
Vinnie's doing a really good job right off the bat. Didn't punish the power shielded forward air. I was looking for a banana-based combo. But Vinnie, he's just saying, you know what? I don't know any banana-based combos. Matter of fact, let me throw this banana away and just F-tilt you.
That old school brawl mentality. I don't need this. Get this off the stage.
I like the dash back into pivot needles to punish the approach option. He reads the banana is going to lead into approach, so he goes for it. And as you mentioned before, Vinnie is utilizing that down B into the stage there. Good down smash. So Vinnie's just doing work on this Diddy Kong. We can see a little bit more of what we spoke of earlier, where it said that Sheik has a really excellent time against Diddy Kong. But what we don't see coming up from Angel is the usage of fair. We do see the down throw into combo setups, be it the up air or the fair, or some cases the back air. And we do see how he's getting a lot of heavy damage out there, but we don't see just, you know, the fair game in the neutral to punish Sheik.
Oh, and Vinnie opting to stop that fair string to make sure he got that guaranteed damage on the needles, pushing Angel up to 35 already.
And there it is. Now we're starting to see some fairs. We're starting to see some damage on Sheik getting racked up, but Vinnie's adapting quickly, being patient, blocking. However, he wasn't patient there, jumped up, and the neutral air gets punished with a back throw, 53%, and now a lot less as we get a banana into a combo. Down throw, up air, back air, looking excellent out here. Now Sheik answering right back with a string of forward airs, baits out the side B, baits to forward air, gets the grab, unable to convert into a combo, but gets the trap off the air dodge, gets the ledge trump. Can Vinnie close this out?
Oh, and right there, even getting the spot dodge all the way down. Vinnie all over Angel right now, looking for trumps, pressuring him. Angel forced all the way to the left-hand side to reset, eats a full set of needles for it, tries to open up and look for these fair strings, but Vinnie got that banana and still holding it down with over 50% in his favor.
Right now, Vinnie looking incredibly good and in a strong position to win the game. However, you can never count Diddy Kong out. He has amazing combos. There's the grab. Can we convert it into a combo? I like it. The frame traps are maximum right now, forcing him to air dodge through that bouncing fish and then going for the back air follow-up to maybe set up something different.
Now it's getting real nitty-gritty here as we see, and that's going to shut it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Vinnie forcing the jump. Great pressure there coming out from Vinnie, forcing that jump from him. Then it says, okay, well, you really don't have too many options to land here. If you want to come down, you're either going to have to air dodge or you're not. I do think the right option for Angel is to actually side B to the left, using that great horizontal momentum burst to get himself into an area where he can find the ledge or the smash roll platform and get out of that juggle trap. But we don't see that. Instead, we do see Vinnie catching him with that up air and closing out game one. The players immediately running it back. Very familiar opponent.
Yes, definitely. And as we saw there, Vinnie really managing to beat Angel out on just that tit-for-tat kind of close quarters gameplay. As we see here, consistent frame trapping, really extending his combos to the maximum, getting nice, steady, safe damage with needle play. We see him landing his F-tilts all day. So Angel, as of right now, just having a hard time of finding a way to get Vinnie the heck away from him when they are up close.
Vinnie doing a really good job getting in there, getting the grab, comboing it into that bouncing fish, and doesn't get the grab here. I was really looking for a grab. I guess he expected Diddy Kong to react. Good patience by Angel to not do so. And we do see the command grab coming out. That side B so good, and great combos coming here as well, bringing the match all the way back. We have ourselves a really close game. Nice use of the up B to keep that follow-up going on.
Definitely, and as of right now, we see Vinnie punishing Angel all the way over the ledge. As of right now, we're really seeing the exploitation of Diddy slightly off stage and trying to recover when Sheik has that full advantage. But right now, an opportunity. Oh, man. This match back and forth.
Yeah, very, very close. I've seen almost every time these two players finish going at it, and there's some reason for a situational reset, some calm during the storm. We see them separated by 2 to 4%, like right now where there's no hits for a long time, 2 to 4% every time. Okay, right here, 6%. But
okay. Oh,
is that it? No, no way. No
I was
way.
gonna say we saw a light smash cross right there, but it was not enough to put it down. Angel definitely doing a good job. Great option coverage there as Vinnie opted to go over the ledge.
Now, one thing I just realized that's really cool, I actually never noticed this before, is that after Sheik uses down B, there's a certain period of time where she can't down B again, right? And I just realized that her character portrait, where it says Sheik on the bottom left, actually has a little sparkle, like a little flash when it reactivates when you're allowed to use it again. I never saw that before. Now I just observed it. So
I had seen something similar when you did a fully charged projectile-oriented attack. I believe you saw that when Bowser Jr. finished charging his cannon, or Suited Samus had, but I was not aware of that on Sheik's down B.
Or maybe it was needles. Maybe you know, I just misread it. Maybe, but I thought it happened while he was grabbing the edge. Maybe I'm incorrect. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm definitely going to be looking into that later. On to the match at hand.
Vinnie definitely taking some time right now, forced to respect Angel, as Angel definitely with percent lead and stock lead right now. Vinnie looking for a way to close it out, and that could potentially shut it down.
Yeah, so Angel entering back the dominant first game from Vinnie with a 2 stock there. Just adaptation so good. You can clearly see he was very confident in the run back. He said, all right, I know what I did wrong. I'm going to mix it up now.
not get caught with so much aggression, put on a lot of pressure of my own. We did see a much stronger neutral game coming out there, and his conversions were very clean, very solid, managing to edge out some choice kills and taking game 2 very solidly. So let's see what Vinnie does. Of course, Vinnie is the master of adaptation, so I'm definitely expecting game 3 to not be one-sided at all. I think Vinnie's going to come back strong. Whether he'll win or not, we've yet to see.
And now, unfortunately, obviously me, Vinnie, know the kid too well. It seemed like last game, he really seemed to lose that level of precision he originally had with his frame traps on Angel game 1. Game 1, he was on it like white on rice, didn't miss the opportunities, got consistent damage, got kills off back air on frame traps and whatnot. But game 2, Angel did an unbelievable job of not letting those same opportunities arise for Vinnie and really took advantage of Vinnie's lack of ability to equal out the damage that Diddy starts off the match with almost every single time.
Yes, and we can see dreams do come here at Apex. We do see Vinnie switching over to Rob just like I asked for, and so far it's not quite working out, but I don't necessarily think that's a deficit of Rob, of just more Diddy doing standard Diddy stuff.
Yes, and getting those early game percentages that are so hard to fight against. If he opens up on you right then and there, he will get what's his. So Vinnie definitely going to have to play some catch up here and make sure he takes advantage of when Diddy finally gets a break point, and he can take advantage, as we see here with that double up air from Rob.
Nice traps coming out here.
That's going to be another
Vinnie.
up air. Ooh.
Oh, very close. Oh, very nice. He was looking for something fancy.
Right now, both characters so close, Vinnie and Angel. Geez, these guys playing it down to the percent.
I like the roll tricks he's there. Very clean. I mean, sometimes it looks a little scrubby to roll around like that, but you can definitely see it was calculated. Just like that laser beam to the face.
And there it is, a hard read after a couple roll setups.
Yeah, he needed to get himself a metal guard.
That was my favorite. That reminded me so much of Raiko there.
Yeah.
Just roll around, get him to
very,
roll.
very famous for, punishing those rolls and spot dodges.
Now, right now, Vinnie's Rob definitely doing a great job, but unfortunately, right then and there, missing a tech, still got 42% in his favor, but as we see Angel coming back to get his, misses that second up air, though.
Yeah, misses the jump. He made a misinput, didn't jump in time. Vinnie answering and punishing him for a hard, solid combo, getting the down tilt into the trip, which forces the grab out into the up air. Going to be 70% sitting on Diddy Kong right now. That's about one string away from putting him in kill percent. So let's see if Vinnie's able to find a way to open up his opponent. That's it right there. We have the down throw into the up air.
Oh,
now 91% is where you have to start being careful, because that would have been lights out. Vinnie, lights out coming upon us now.
Had a great setup there, too. Angel just managing to narrowly get away. As of right now, this matchup's going back and forth. Vinnie has been all over the banana game, and this might close it out.
Not quite. Great DI getting into that top left corner, but we still see Angel on the edge. Uh-oh, jab. I was looking for maybe something different out of jab.
Yes.
Down smash,
and
that'll do it.
That's going to close it right
Vinnie
there.
Takes it. Very strong set from these two players. That'll be 2-1 going in favor of Vinnie. But as our dear beloved friend Ken would say, it could have gone either way.
Most certainly. And as of right there, I like the way that Vinnie went about it. Normally, he'll start Rob when he's unsure of a matchup and then switch over to Sheik or Diddy afterwards. By getting a strong opening with Sheik, guaranteeing that game 1, putting the counter pick in his favor, and then moving to a potentially lower tier but more Vinnie-oriented character, he was able to gain that player advantage and slight matchup advantage, as it seemed Angel was struggling a little bit, not heavily, but slightly in the matchup, as Vinnie consistently landed grabs, consistently grabbed items, and consistently landed up airs, which seemed to just give him that edge and shut out game 3 over Angel.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think the order matters a lot, because if you consider it this way, suppose he goes Rob first, wins game 1, stays Rob, loses game 2, then switches over to Sheik. Well, Sheik's going to be something that Angel's already very familiar with,
exactly.
All right? So after he's starting to adapt a little bit to like the player habits of Vinnie, the way Vinnie likes to play, he's already going into a familiar matchup.
Yes.
Whereas in this case, Vinnie's able to get the read on his Diddy Kong, and of course Angel's able to get the read on his Sheik. But once you switch up to Rob, even sometimes those player habits and stuff isn't going to carry over as much, because you're going into an unfamiliar matchup, so that element of surprise on the switch is doubly amplified by the fact that the character's unfamiliar.
Yes.
Versus if he's going Sheik, it's like, okay, well, you're switching off a Rob, so there is a mix-up here, but it's something I'm still familiar with. Throwing in that curveball at the end of the set with the Rob, instead of opening with the curveball and then trying to get a second curveball with the character switch up, seemed to definitely be the path to victory here for Vinnie. And he did an excellent job breaking out that Rob for winning game 3. Congratulations to him for that.
Most certainly. And now we have the man, another one of these Luigi nightmares, as we see J.Miller getting back on the sticks right now.
Yeah. His opponent unraveling his controller, looking quite confident, not too scared. I'm looking for some big stuff out of this guy. Oh, StaticManny.
Yes.
Okay, definitely a name I've heard. Never met him in person. Interested to see what StaticManny is going to bring to the table. I believe this is Diddy versus Luigi.
Yes, and for any of you, you'll know who it is because he gave me the whole breakdown. And StaticManny is our friend over here who managed to shake the salt at a hungry box over that down throw to up air that Diddy loves to put out.
The invention of the HuHa right here.
Oh, most certainly. And as we will see, it should be quite interesting as J.Miller, the slayer of the HuHa, after we saw at his last big event.
He says, get your HuHa-ness out of here. We're bringing it back to Luigi time.
HuHa need not apply.
Uh-oh. That's not a Diddy Kong at all.
Well, hello then.
It's all right. We still got down throw up airs with this guy.
Most certainly do.
And you know what? If there were a character to get under your skin, it might even be Sonic over Diddy. You know?
Yes, that is very true. And now, right now, this should be interesting for StaticManny, though, because J.Miller just coming off a very strong showing against Sonic. Yeah. So, unfortunately, StaticManny at slight disadvantage right now just due to the fact that we definitely saw J.Miller pretty warmed up against Sonic.
But I definitely am envisioning if J.Miller gives him that sauce early on, then it's going to be a switch over to that pocket Diddy Kong.
Yes, I would definitely imagine so. And as of right now, definitely catching a lot of the same things from Sonics once they start to be forced to respect what J.Miller is doing. You know, a lot of spin dash in place, a lot of retreating spin dashes and bounces off shield, but never any solid up close game. And this is where we see J.Miller really just shut them down in percent.
Yeah, we can see here as the set is just starting off, J.Miller's falling into the same patterns he fell into earlier on this set, where instead of using his hitboxes to beat out the attacks, he's relying on his shield a lot, and it's allowing StaticManny to get in on inside of him. You can see there, as soon as he saw the dash up, he's like, oh wait, gotta adapt to that. He even threw out the jab, and then StaticManny happened to go for a different type of approach that time. But as long as he keeps this up against a spin dash in particular, it's gonna be really good for him. Good patience there by StaticManny.
Yeah,
that was
definitely. Great. That charge was fantastic just to get around that nair, you know.
Oh, looking for up smash, and I found it, and so did StaticManny. He's going to hold that all the way to the death line. 98% on his opponent, not too much to make up so far, but he's going to have to do a really good job and not taking a lot of damage, because if Luigi's able to get a down throw or something like that, I was looking for, just as you speak of it, nice up B out of there.
And I love the way that J.Miller is starting to really seem to condition these Sonics. He lets them bounce around his shield all low percent, but then once it gets a little bit high, the way that they love to float around that area right above his head is the same reason they keep getting nailed by the up smashes at the end of stock. So very interesting to see J.Miller's use of conditioning and getting Sonics to get comfortable using that. And great job dodging that spring right there, as that could have resulted in a rather silly loss of a stock.
Ooh, nice spin dash into a back air there. Does close out his stock, however, and now we see a pretty close game. 30%, not too much to make up. That's a simple combo string. You know, one spin dashing could simply result in 30% after the combo is said and done. So definitely looking to see how StaticManny is going to bring it back. He's doing a lot better of a job versus J.Miller. A lot more patient of a Sonic, mixing up, you know, with a greater arsenal of mix-ups on his approaches.
Most
and
certainly.
Also utilizing up B in a much better way.
And as right now, StaticManny saying, I'm not afraid to walk around a little bit, wait to see where we're going with this, because Manny knows as of right now, he's got plenty of time on the clock, and as long as he can get a little bit more percent, he doesn't have to worry about anything else, so he's just trying to eyeball out his opportunities, but J.Miller does not need to eyeball out anything. This man has to be psychic with the way he knows how to go in.
Yeah, we're finding a lot of big follow-ups off of these down throws. This fireball is going to trap. Nice bounce over the fireball with the spin dash there in the air. Good back air there, punishing Luigi for his neutral air. Always a punishable move. As long as you simply don't jump into it, you won't give Luigi the positional reversal.
Most definitely. And while StaticManny's doing a great job here, though, he is still pretty prone to putting himself in that area above Luigi's shield and attacking on it. And that was the same reason why Manny got his first stock closed out. Now, so as we see, J.Miller already starting to get set up for it.
I really like the sequence we just saw there. We saw that StaticManny had exhausted all of his jumps. He spun dash in the air, exhausted a double jump on the approach, so he was forced to land in front of his opponent. Not a situation you want to be in. He recognized this and charged up a homing attack, so that he didn't have to land right away. He could instead bounce on J.Miller. So if J.Miller committed to punishing his landing, he would get hit by the homing attack.
Yes.
Instead, J.Miller had the patience, saw even the home attack coming and waited a little bit longer. But what he didn't see is that StaticManny was going to exhaust his last and final resource of the up B, so he still ended up getting out of that trap. And you can just see just how deep Sonic's resources run when it comes to approaching and escaping bad situations. Good play by StaticManny there to utilize everything he has to not get completely dumpstered by Luigi right there.
Yes, most certainly. And StaticManny taking a nice option as of right now. We see him deciding to just dial it back a little bit. As of right now, he sees J.Miller has got that strong standing position in the stage control, and StaticManny very well aware to not make the same mistake he did the first stock and put himself in up smash range. As we see the consistent use of up B as soon as he touches J.Miller's shield.
I'm actually just looking for him to just go for an up smash trade.
There
or
it was, right there. Yep.
Or just a raw up smash. You know, who needs a trade?
Like,
you know?
hey,
why
respect,
trade
throw
when
that
I
out
can
the
just
window.
run into you in up smash? So, but it was definitely getting to that point where it's like, okay, I see you're going to continue to utilize this wait and then burst, wait and then burst. So that you leave a gap in there when you get too familiar with the pattern. You see it's working out because at 120% or whatever have you, you're trying to find something that feels nice and safe. And if you're not getting heavily punished on these spin dash approaches, it's going to start to feel nice and safe. He was falling into a pattern. He was getting a little comfortable, and that's exactly what J.Miller wanted. He said, okay, you feel comfortable with these spin dash startups, you're starting to do it on a pattern on a rhythm. I can find that, I can dance to your beat, and it ends it there with an up smash. Nice and quick, heavy hitting up smash, going to kill him off the top, and that'll be the game over to J.Miller. Excellent adaptation.
And J.Miller, just outstanding. I say it all the time, but in this game, it's so important, unlike Brawl, where you can get what's yours. You open up that string, you just finish that string. You don't miss your opportunities. You get your guaranteed damage, because we now have guaranteed damage combos. And J.Miller never misses that opportunity. He gets his set damage, as you saw, always strings it out, knows exactly when to stop it, and potentially let you make the mistake of giving him another opportunity or a big way to finish out the combo. So, as of right now, J.Miller's showing that he has definitely been on the sticks in the lab and ready for Apex.
Yeah, he's definitely very aware of his positioning and of the state of gameplay. He plays the neutral game very strong, very patiently, and he doesn't drop his advantageous positions to positional resets very often. He will often let you fade back to neutral if he doesn't feel like he has what it takes to keep the advantage going. So very patient play, very intelligent play, but he doesn't give away advantage for free. He takes it out all the way to the max. He extorts everything he can from any given situation, and that's what you like to see in a player rising to the top.
Most certainly, but as of right now, we see StaticManny opted for Lilat, and Lilat, the infamous stage of all sorts of shenanigans from Brawl, so it should be interesting to see how J.Miller responds here.
I like the neutral air, and I like the way we converted into more damage with the up tilt, as we spoke of just a little while ago. And you can see Luigi is very comfortable at platform pressuring his opponents with these aerial mix-ups.
Oh, Manny narrowly missing that.
Yeah, right now Manny's in a reasonable position. He's got some stage control, but he's trying to figure out these fireballs. And what I like here is we see a little bit of a fireball pattern. We don't see the fireballs being spammed. And one thing that's very important to note, this is where you can tell J.Miller has what it takes to actually grow up there in the ranks, is that he not only was throwing fireballs and just holding his position, he was inching forward between every couple of fireballs to take back some of the stage, because he not only understands it's important to hit your opponent, but it's important to position yourself correctly, and getting back into the middle of the stage to get stage advantage, forcing your opponent slowly backwards, is in itself winning the game, even without landing the hit. So those kind of little things is what really impresses me about J.Miller, that he has such good presence of the game and such good knowledge and understanding of positioning and stage control.
And as we see right here, he's just backing up exactly what you were saying, forcing Sonic to the outskirts. Manny may hold the middle, but not for very long, as we see J.Miller always confident in figuring out ways to get Manny out. And Manny on his way, trying to find his way in through platforms, through edges, but that's always a disadvantage.
I like the way he backed up there. Good kick coming out from Sonic right there with the dash attack.
Just
narrowly avoiding that up smash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt about it. 'Cause as of right now, J.Miller's up smashes have been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, very on point.
And commanding respect out of his opponents. You see it almost immediately. The second they get into this kill range even slightly, we go automatically to the edges against J.Miller, and he gets these straight follow-ups for down throw that are so scary.
I'm looking for maybe like a pivot grab when Sonic lands into a back throw. Okay,
And
well,
there
we take
it was.
those. Up tilt, we'll do it there at
I
that
don't think we
percent.
got to look for anything with J.Miller. I'm pretty sure we could just look for those disrespectful up smashes.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. Like as soon as I start looking for him to get a read on his opponent to go for the kill, he's like, nah.
like we could get big and fancy, just throw a head around and shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
like he's Fox or something. Like, he's like
straight up melee status.
Yeah,
Just,
like-
you're gonna up smash.
you know what? Let's just throw it out, see what happens.
I'd like to see the option you have against this, but
Oh,
man,
Shield's looking a little low here.
definitely.
Fortunately, he was able to take Sonic into the air, get a little bit of regeneration. He doesn't mind trading off chip damage like this. And when I do say chip damage, I mean a little bit of damage because, of course, you don't take any damage while blocking in this game.
Manny been very keen on his use of up B. He's really tried to steer away from J.Miller every time he comes to the end. As he talked about Sonic's resources and how much he gets, we see Manny really abusing that and trying to make sure that everything is a reset here against J.Miller, because being down percent and stock, he really needs to net that kill while taking any kind of minimal percent he could take.
J.Miller still doing a really good job at keeping out this Sonic. He's not finding a good solution to these fireballs. He does, however, get in with an approach mix-up right as J.Miller was forced into a bad situation, utilizing the tilt of Lilat to his advantage and converts that spin dash into a solid up air for the kill. Great job by StaticManny hanging in there, showing that, you know, I'm not just going to sit here and take these fireballs and count myself out. I'm going to find my way in. I'm going to fight to the last breath, and I'm going to get in there. Right now, he's doing a really good job. He's not down by so very much. But you see Manny not relying on his shield too much, only when he has to. If he's able to beat what I'm looking for now is he's going to start baiting out the vertical approaches with the fireballs so that he can maybe just land a solid up smash. Instead, what we see is he's just going for a forward smash. I think that was pretty disrespectful and pretty costly, as now StaticManny has caught up significantly, only 3% between the characters.
And definitely that is the case, as we see StaticManny very good at the respect right now, but J.Miller seeming to be slightly on tilt as he's having a hard time corralling StaticManny like he had beforehand and really getting that standard opportunity to come through and then nail that disrespectful up smash.
Yeah, I'm actually not too sure about that. And again, you can see he's creeping forward. He has Sonic to the back. Right now, the edges of Lilat are costing him.
Yes.
I don't know why he stopped the fireball barrage. Maybe he was trying to bait the approach and then simply didn't react in time.
And as of right now, Manny opting to just take some time here as he sees that he's getting solid follow-ups on those spin dashes now that the stage is tilting.
Not too much time though left. Only a minute and 5 seconds left on the clock here. Now I do think we will find an end, but one small slip-up will end the game. And if the players are too passive, with only a minute remaining, the game will go to time. Right now, that's favoring J.Miller. No, excuse me. Right now, that's favoring Manny.
Yes,
he
it's
took the
favoring
lead.
Manny,
Yeah, he
most
took the lead.
definitely. And as of right now, we see Manny. He's taking his time because he knows he has advantage, but only by 3% now. One more fireball is going to change all that.
So much damage.
And J.Miller, as of right now, very well aware, but still holding his ground.
Somebody call the Halo announcer because you lost the
yes,
lead.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, back throw?
Oh, and that should be it.
Gone.
And right
Rage
there.
plus high percent, you're done.
Most certainly. And great job by Manny holding it down there, but J.Miller, as always, the clutch factor, too strong with that man. Catches Manny at one moment not where he should be, and unfortunately getting caught with the back throw.
Sadly enough, we do not get rifle spawns in this game because that's what Sonic would have needed once he dropped that percentage lead. It was a big deal. He was forced to once again go on the approach, and J.Miller showed he was very good at dealing with Sonic when he was forced to approach. It sets up kill opportunities, and in these high percent situations, Luigi is much, much favored. He has many, many more kills, guaranteed back throw for a KO, many, many more moves that can just simply result in a KO off of just hitting you like an up tilt, a neutral air, of course the up smash as we saw before, any smash attack. All right.
Oh, we're coming back.
So far we've had an absolutely phenomenal string of sets, and I'm really, really excited about what we have coming up next. Kuntel, it's going to be Foe versus Nyani by the looks of it.
And this should be very interesting. Foe definitely developing himself in this game, has an unbelievable follower basis who he's very active with as of right now. I know Nyani has been doing a great job herself nonetheless and has not been sleeping on the game at all. So this should be great to see how this goes.
Yeah, definitely. Nyani, of course, hailing from New Jersey, representing Clash tournaments, breaking out that Mario, very, very strong Mario, uses a lot of interesting technology with her Mario, has a solid grasp of a lot of the basic Mario fundamentals and utilizing all of Mario's tools in an excellent way, so definitely not a player to sleep on, but Foe is who we truly want to speak of when it comes to this set.
hailing out from the Midwest. We don't hear too often of power players, but Foe is regarded by many to be one of the top 3 contenders at the event. Definitely he's in a lot of people's top